welcome to Revelations of a Delusional Knitter. I am Angela, your host. This is episode 112, and it is Thursday, March 5th, 2015. Welcome if you are new. If you are returning, I thank you as always. And either way, hope you enjoy this episode and continue to watch. On to, well, updates and housekeeping. I already said all that, didn't I? Except that the show is on YouTube and iTunes, and also at delusionalknitter.com. And there is a Ravelry board. If you're not a member yet, come on over and join. Revelations of a Delusional Knitter. Okay, now we're on to declarations. Not much has been going on. I didn't record last week. I didn't have a lot of stuff to show that I had been working on, so I decided to wait another week because now I have more progress, so I have more things to show. And the only other thing that was happening was I always have issues with, like, doctors, hospitals, dentists, like anything medical. It's always this big to-do, and it always gets screwed up with me. Always. So anyway, I used to go to a dentist that was by where I used to work, and that's about 45 minutes away. Now I work in the next city over from where I live. I'm not driving 45 minutes to go to the dentist. That is stupid, right? So, unless you really, really liked your dentist. But I don't really care. And, for example, when I say medical and things like that always get messed up, that dentist actually drilled through my face one time. Yeah, no, I'm not even joking. I'm not even joking. He was working on a front tooth, and, of course, I'm all numb, right? Well, and I didn't get mad or upset or anything, because I totally see how this could happen, although, wow. So, because he's working on a front tooth, he has my lip, like, turned down, and he's resting his hand on my lip. And, you know, mouths are moist, so his hand slipped. And they're shooting water at it, you know. And it went through my lip. And I'm completely numb, so I have no idea how much damage was done right now. And I'm laying back in the chair, and all I can see as I look up is the dental hygienist and the dentist look absolutely horrified. And bloody gauze coming out of my mouth. It wasn't that bad. It was a good-sized cut. Like, it would be if you really bit your lip, like, hard. Like, if you got punched in the face. It's actually what it felt like afterwards. It felt like I got punched in the face and that my tooth went through my lip. Like, there was a big cut on the inside, and my lip was all swollen. But whatever. And I actually went back after that, too. People were like, "You're going back to that dentist?" And I'm like, you know what? It was an accident. What are you going to do? And at the time, it was funny, though, too, because he was like, "I don't think you need any stitches. I could put one in there. Do you want me to put a stitch in there?" And I'm like, "No, I'm good. Like, I just want to leave now." I still, at this point, don't know what actually happened, because I haven't seen it. And I'm like, "No, I'm good. I'm good." Like, I just want to get out of here. So anyway, I have a broken tooth. I've had a crown before on the tooth opposite it. Both of them needed a crown at the time, but crowns are expensive. Even if you have insurance, you still have to pay quite a bit. So I opted for one, you know, the worst one. Well, that was like 2 years ago. So now this tooth is like really bad, and it's starting to really bother me. And I called to make an appointment. So this office that's 45 minutes away is actually affiliated with an office that is 10 minutes away. So I'm calling this, you know, office that's over here, trying to make an appointment, because they're affiliated, right? I think this is going to be easy. She can't find my records while I'm on the phone. And I'm like, well, you know what? I got married halfway through, like, going to this office, so I think it may be under my maiden name. They put my married name on there, but I think whenever they looked it up, they'd actually have to look up my maiden name, so I give them that. She still can't find it. It's like this whole big, crazy, long conversation. And she's like, well, you know what? Let's just make you an appointment, and we'll figure it out. I'll try to get your records in the meantime, this, that, and the other thing. Okay, great. So then at the end of this conversation, meanwhile, during this whole conversation, she's asking me questions, which I'm answering, which she's, like, sighing and doesn't like my answers. I don't understand what's going on, but whatever. So, at the end of the conversation, though, she actually says to me, like, "So are you having any issues right now?" And I think what she meant was, like, "Are you in a lot of pain? Do you have to come in right away?" Which, I don't even know why she was asking me, because the appointment she made was only, like, the next, like, I called on Monday, they made an appointment on Wednesday, like, it wasn't that long, so whatever. And in my head, though, I'm thinking, like, what are you asking me? Do I have any issues right now? Yeah, the broken tooth! It's like, what? So anyway, very long story short, yesterday was supposed to be this appointment, right? And when I was on the phone with her, she said the next, I can get you in at 9 on Wednesday. And I'm like, fine, whatever. So I take it, even though technically this is super early for me. Sounds silly, I know, but I don't work until 3 o'clock in the afternoon. So 9 a.m. is pretty early for me. For example, if you usually go to work at 8 or 8:30, it would be like you going into work at 6, right? Okay. Whatever, though, I just wanted to get my tooth fixed, so I'm like, sure, great, wonderful. So I go there yesterday morning, drive all the way there, walk in. Hi, I have an appointment at 9. Give her my name. And she's like, we were trying to call you. And in my head, I'm like, oh, boy. So, turns out the dentist was ill with a stomach bug and had to go home. And I was like, you know what? No big deal. Let's just reschedule, because I get it. Like, people get sick, and especially people in that field, they're touching people all day. They're in people's faces all day, so I'm like, fine. It's absolutely fine. And she apologized a lot and everything, and I was like, you know what, don't, it's fine. Don't worry about it. So, yeah, we'll see what happens next week when I go for my appointment. Maybe I can get my tooth fixed then. It's not that bad. It really doesn't bother me. But it depends on what I eat. Sometimes I'll eat certain things and it will drive me crazy. But if I brush my teeth and use mouthwash, then it will stop bugging. And it's actually like the gum. It was the same with this one. If I ate chips, anything like chips or anything, I've been trying to stay away from because I think they get up under there or something. But it's like every time I try to schedule something or get something fixed, it's just this huge to-do. That is just absolutely... The funniest thing was, I think this woman behind the desk thought I was going to be so upset that I drove there and there was no appointment after... Because I'm pretty sure she was actually the one I spoke to on the phone. And I was just whatever. I don't really care. I don't really care. So, yeah, it was just funny. But yeah, it always happens. Always happens to me, no matter what. So anyway, today's my second day off. So, I'll be going back to work tomorrow. But I'm trying to get some things done today and thought I should record since I didn't record last week. So yesterday after that whole debacle, I just ran some errands and then came home and did some stuff around the house. Sat on the couch and watched a movie. That was my actual plan for yesterday because I actually thought I was getting my tooth fixed, which isn't a big deal, but afterwards, Novocaine wears off, you might be a little sore and stuff, so I had planned already to watch TV and chill out and hang out on the couch. Plus I knew, since I had to get up early because I worked the night before, I knew I would only be getting 6 hours of sleep or something before I went to this appointment, so I'd be tired. So I was like, in the afternoon, you just sit down on the couch, chill out, so I did that anyway. And then today... so far I've just colored my hair and cut it. Yes, I cut my own hair, so I'm kind of weird like that. But it was way overdue for coloring because I always leave this bit here, or actually it's probably this side, right? I don't know. Whatever, the white. But I usually color the rest of it because the rest of it doesn't come in. I've had this bit since I was 16, but now I'm actually salt and pepper. And I was laughing the other day at work because one of the officers said to me, he was like, do you do those chrome highlights yourself or is that natural? And I was like, chrome highlights? And he was like, yeah, that's what I call them, the gray that comes in my beard. I call them chrome highlights. It makes me feel better. And I was like, I like that. I'm going to use that from now on. Chrome highlights. That was pretty cool. So that just made me laugh. So yeah, so far so good today. I'm going to record this. Go do the rest of my errands from my days off, not errands, chores around the house, and yeah, get some stuff done. So on to Revelations. I have an FO, and I don't even think that you guys saw this previously, because I think I've done and started and finished it in between since I last recorded. This is Voodoo You Love Me by Susan Claudino. It's a little stuffy, and I love it. It's so cute. It's so cute. And this was just some leftover yarn I had. Actually, this is all I have left at this point from a project. So, thought it would look good in this. The pattern one itself, the sample for the pattern is actually in a yarn very similar to this, and I liked it. I liked the gray and the red. So he's just a little stuffy. So you start the body, you knit up, then you make the head, you stuff them as you go, you make 4 limbs the same, you sew them on. you know, you sew on the embellishments and stuff, little felt heart. So it was a lot of fun. It was quick and a lot of fun, and this is a really good first stuffy. If you've never done a stuffy before, this is a really good one. He's very cute, and in the pattern even it's like this. He's got like this little tiny neck and this humongous head, so his head just kind of flops around, but I sit him on the chair over there with Toothless, kind of rest him up against the chair, and he stands pretty well. He's like 12 inches tall, so he's pretty big for a stuffy, but I love him. He's so cute. He doesn't have a name. Should probably come up with a name, huh? But that's Voodoo You Love Me by Susan Claudino. Very cute little pattern. So that's our FO for this episode. And then I have Down the Rabbit Hole, the socks I was working on. I have those in my Jessalou bag. What is it? Rock, Paper, Scissors, Lizard, Spock, right? Leonard Nimoy died. Sorry, I just remembered that as I was saying that. Leonard Nimoy had passed away recently. He was 83. But, yeah, that's a little sad to hear that. So this is my Stitched by Jessalou bag, which is actually a Big Bang Theory thing. But, love her bags. And we have Down the Rabbit Hole. I now have both socks on the needles because I received the other needles that I ordered in the same size. And which one is it? I'll show you this one first because something interesting is happening with this yarn. So here's I think this is the left sock. So pretty good. I got like 1 more inch and then I can do the heel flap. This is the right sock and this is the weird bit. See the difference in the color? Yeah, that's kind of strange, isn't it? The left one is doing this nice kind of striping thing almost, and the right one is doing this weird flashing lightning thing. So I don't know if it's because of the traveling stitches. It must be, because that's the only difference in the socks. For whatever reason, one of them is pooling and one of them is not. So yeah, whatever. I'm just going to keep going with them, because what am I going to do about it? But so far so good. So yeah, this one needs like another 2 inches, this one needs another inch, and then I'll be on to the heel flap with those. Love the pattern. I kind of wish it had like a rest row in between the traveling stitches. That would be kind of cool, but whatever. Just because while you're knitting it, every single row you're doing these traveling stitches. Obviously, you can't have the rest row because then it wouldn't be the same pattern, but yeah, they're fun, easy. Sophie's Universe, that crochet along, I haven't touched. It's still just on Clue 1 and that's it. And the other thing I wanted to get started on was cross stitch. I've had this one for a while and I still haven't started it, but I would really like to. And it's this cute little cat, and it says Queenie. And I was going to do this for our cat Willow, though, and instead try and figure out how to embroider the word princess, because I do not call her Queenie, but she is most definitely the princess of the house and the boss of everyone. And that actually kind of looks like Willow. She's a white and tabby cat, just the kind of mixed up half and half. So it kind of even looks like her, except she's not that chubby. She's a little string bean. Then the other one I have that's been, I think I started this where we used to live, so probably like 8 years or something. It's a hummingbird cross stitch. Do I have the picture? I do. It's a hummingbird cross stitch. And I've been working on it for years, like it's almost done. So I'd like to finish that one up. I think, were those 2 birds? Yeah, the 2 bottom birds are done. So this bird needs wings, and then, you know, the rest of the background needs to be finished, but, you know, it's also harder, although not with my schedule now. I'm gonna make noise, there you go, sorry. In the winter with the lighting for cross stitch, but I'm usually home in the morning, so I should have plenty of light. That's really not a good excuse. And that's about it for projects. I'm probably going to start something else because I finished Voodoo there. There are a couple of patterns I'm going to show in the Ravelry patterns that I might start one of those soon. Yeah. Alright, string theory. I've been spinning up a bit of Angora on supported spindle. This is a Spanish peacock Russian that I got in a D-stash actually, with another one, and they're gorgeous. But I've just been practicing my supported, and it's going very, very well. Liking it a lot and getting a lot done. So what I've been trying to do is, 15 or 20 minutes once or twice a day, twice if I can. And it's going very well, and I'm building up muscle memory very well, and I like it a lot. So, because that's one thing. I have lots of supported spindles. I don't always use them very much. So I have an ounce, or a little bit more actually, because I weighed it, of black Angora, so that's rabbit. And it's gorgeous, gorgeous stuff, and it's actually from here, Spinner's End. Oops. And it's lovely, lovely stuff. They don't look like they have a ton in their Etsy shop right now, but I think it's just due to when they shear the rabbits. And I'm loving it a lot. And this has been in my stash for like 2 years or something, because it's one of those, like, I didn't want to ruin it. And then I've been trying this year to just do it, because you're never going to get good at something if you don't do it. You just hoard all of these supplies. Sheep are still growing wool, rabbits are still growing wool, there will be more. It's not that big of a deal. And, yeah, I'm enjoying it a lot. The other thing I've been doing for spinning recently is I put the rest of my stuff away so I don't have it to show, but we went to the Winter's Farmers Market the other day with my friends that I said we were going to do, and one of the things I've been keeping an eye out for lately are plying balls for supported spinning, like that. Like, once that's done, you have to do something to get that off the spindle to ply it. So, one of the vendors had dryer balls, felted dryer balls, and those work wonderfully for plying balls for spinning. So I got 2 of those, and the other one is actually currently in use. I had some bits that I was practicing spinning on some supported spindles, so I pulled them off, the 2 spindles, and actually it was like exactly the same length, which was creepy because I was just practicing on those, but it came out like exactly the same length. And then I'm just using one of my mini Threads Through Time Turkish spindles to ply it up, and it's going quite well. And I'm actually really, really happy with it, because this is supporting the weight of the spindle and the spin of the ply, and it's not falling apart. So I guess I was doing pretty good on my supported spinning, and didn't know I was doing that well, but this stuff is coming out awesome. So what you do for a plying ball is you take the 2 and you ply them, you wrap them around the ball together, and then you can just ply off the ball, and it works very, very well, because that's 2 strands there that I'm plying together. It's pretty cool. And yeah, like I said, I was pleasantly surprised. I was thinking, because that stuff I had started when I had just started getting into supported spindles, I was thinking when I went to ply it, it would like fall apart and everything, but it's holding up quite well. Let's see, scrolls I have nothing. I'm going to try to make this a little bit of a shorter episode because I have some stuff to get done. Testaments I have nothing. Intentions, Delusional Knitter Designs group. We're currently test knitting my Onora mitts. And that's going pretty well. I had a little goof up where, for whatever reason, I think I know why, I thought I had gone through the whole left mitt and edited the written instructions. And I know I'd planned on doing it on my 2 days off the other week, and then realized I took an overtime to support my spinning habit, and really money I had already spent. So I think what happened was, after I worked the overtime, I did edit the document, but for whatever reason, after that, those 2 days or a couple of days, I had it in my head that I had finished editing it. And I did not, at all. I stopped like halfway through, and that was the document I sent out. And had no idea, like totally thought it was fine, and then, we won't go into it, but realized that I clearly did not finish editing it at all. Whoops! So it's all set now. It is edited, and I did the right mitt this morning, so now, unless it's like a typo or an oversight, pattern should be good to go. The charts were fine though, and 2 people had already gotten a whole mitt done anyway. And then next up, I have a beaded crescent shawl. I haven't even started it yet. That was my plan for April test knit. Probably, it might be more like May or June, because that's going to be a very large project. I have to knit and bead it and do the whole pattern, so that's probably going to be a little further out. However, my plan for the year, I think, was to get 6 patterns out, and I'm already up to 4 that are like done. So I got plenty of time to take more time to make other patterns. I did also mention previously that I contacted Leading Men Fiber Arts for yarn support for a pattern for later on in the year, because it's a hat, so I really, now is not the time of year to be putting out hat patterns. So I was going to do it for August, for the fall, and they graciously said yes, and they sent me the skein. So this is their callback base, which is sport weight, in the colorway Metamorphosis, and I thought that would be perfect for the design I have in mind, and it's gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous and perfect. So that's cool. I don't know, I'll probably start that maybe in June. I'll start working on that pattern, or before, depends, we'll see how it goes. Let's say, Heresy, I don't have a ton because I haven't been doing much. We have the seasonal sock center knit along that's going on until March 19th. We have the finish hem knit along that's going on until April 30th, and I did get 2 more prize donations in the mail for that. So I'll show you those. Sorry, I don't have a lot of, put a lot of, oh, crinkle. I didn't put a lot of stuff on my desk, so it's over there. One we have is from Mint Rain. And she sent this lovely skein of I've Got the Blues in twist sock, 80% superwash merino, 20% nylon, 400 yards. It's a semi-solid. It's this lovely, I don't know if the camera will pick it up, but dark blue with a little bit of purple. It's a nice tonal yarn. So thanks very much to Katie for that. And then we have from Undead Yarns, we have the Frankenstein base, colorway is the Shire, it's 100% merino, 175 yards of a worsted weight single, gorgeous color, really nice yarn, and a button, and I have her card too, from Undead Yarn, so awesome. Then I have some Ravelry patterns for you. And it was all about the stuffies this week, since I was making a voodoo over here. So the first one I have is Dr. You by Susan Claudino. The pattern's not available yet because it was part of a kit, so the pattern will be available in April, but it is the cutest thing, and I'm totally gonna snag this pattern as soon as it becomes available, but it's so cute. It's so cute. And the kits are not available anymore. They're done with it and shipping them off, so because I tried looking for one this morning. I'd seen this previously on Minerva Turkey Knits, and it's so cute. The other one, oh, the pattern will be $6 once it's available, by Susan Claudino, is Patch, and I really want to knit this one. Super cute. That's Patch, so he's a little pumpkin head. And he is $5.50. And then I have Little Owl by Susan B. Anderson, and I actually purchased this pattern the other day. How cute is that? I think I might actually do this one next if I can find yarn and colors I like. So that one's super cute. That one's $6. And the last one I have is also by Susan B. Anderson, and that is Sweet Sheep. And I'll tell you the price in a second because I just covered it up. They're so cute. They're so cute. I want to make some of those. And that one is also $6. And they all use, most of them are like worsted weight, DK weight, or Aran yarn. I mean, for stuffies, it really doesn't matter. You're just going to get a little bit bigger or a little bit smaller of a stuffy if you use a different weight yarn than the pattern called for. You just have to adjust your needle size appropriately. And that's it for Ravelry Patterns. For Delusional Jabber, Arts and Crafts, I have been doing a little bit more drawing with that book that I have, and not a ton though. I think I just did one other lesson. So, reading, I am still reading the book that shall not be named because I refuse to tell you what it is. You can probably guess. I still have the Night Circus that I stopped reading, so I do have to finish that one too. And I also, because my husband always asks me questions when we watch the television show, and I can't answer them anymore because it was like over a year ago that I read them, but I started reading the Walking Dead comics again from the beginning because I couldn't even remember what happened, and plus watching the show I get confused, like was that in the comic book, was that in the show, I don't know. I just started over again with comics, and those are actually really good for work because they're short. If I get interrupted I don't really care, and I just continue on from there. So I'm starting those again from 1. I was all the way up to like 100 or something. TV, The Walking Dead we're caught up on. Better Call Saul, I am really, really enjoying and highly recommend it if you liked Breaking Bad or, Sons of Anarchy, or I'm trying to think of what else it's similar to. Shows like that, it's really good. It's a little bit lighter than those, it's not as graphic or, brutal as those ones, but it's very, very good. And then the sitcoms, Mom, Bob's Burgers, I got caught up on yesterday while I was off, and I think that's about it. I do have to get back into Downton Abbey, I never finished, and there was some other, Sons of Anarchy I never finished, Breaking Bad I never finished, I think I only had a few more episodes of Breaking Bad, and Game of Thrones, all those things I haven't caught up on, so I really need to get back into those. I really need to start watching stuff again while I'm knitting in here. Sometimes the computer doesn't agree with me. So, I think that's about it for this episode. So I hope you've been doing well. It's been warming up here. We've still been getting a little bit of snow here and there, but it's been melting as well, so yay. And I hope it's warming up to spring, because we're so done with the snow. So done. So thank you for joining me. Happy knitting and spinning.